2 years ago, the Detroit Pistons were rock bottom, the worst team in basketball, a franchise so deep in the mud, they broke the record for the longest losing streak in NBA history. Fast forward to now, and somehow these same Pistons are 9-2, riding a 7-game win streak, sitting at the top of the Eastern Conference.
Cade drives it, jams it! A huge dunk on a huge possession.
This is their best start to the season since the Chauncey Billups era, when flip phones were still cool. So yeah, this might be the beginning of something the rest of the East should be genuinely worried about. The Detroit Pistons might have just turned into a problem. The Pistons are off to a red-hot start in the 25-26 season, 7-game win streak, 9-2 record, top of the Eastern Conference. Their best start since the 05-06 season, when Chauncey was still running the point. 2 seasons ago, nobody saw this coming. Detroit wasn't a feel-good story. They were the league's punchline, stuck in the mud, buried under years of dysfunction. They lost 28 straight games, tied the league record for longest losing streak ever, and finished 23-24 with a 14-68 record. But through all the losing, something shifted. The following season, Detroit pulled off one of the biggest single-year turnarounds in NBA history, improving by 30 wins to finish 44-38, and their first playoff berth since 2019. They fell to the Knicks in round 1, but the message was clear. The rebuild was finally working. For a fan base that endured the Monty Williams disaster and endless roster resets, that 44-win season felt almost too good to be true. But here we are, 11 games in, the Pistons are dominating, playing with confidence, structure, and belief. Everything Detroit basketball hasn't been for years. During their 7-game win streak, Detroit ranks 4th in net rating with a +12, trailing only the Thunder, Nuggets, and Timberwolves. Their offensive rating sits at 120.4, 5th best in the NBA. Defensively, 108.3, good for 4th, elite on both ends. And the advanced numbers back it up. Over this run, they've got a 13% turnover rate, they're getting to the line at a top 4 rate, and holding opponents to just 50.3% effective field goal percentage. That's all winning basketball. Defensively, they've been flat out dominant. 4th in overall defensive rating, 1st in blocks per game, 1st in rim protection. Their 110.9 defensive rating trails only OKC, Denver, and Dallas. And the crazy part? They're doing all this without 2 starters and key rotation guys. Yet somehow, they're 9-2, sitting atop the East, on pace for 60 wins. But if we're talking about how good the Pistons have been, we've got to start with Cade Cunningham. He's the anchor, the leader, the heartbeat. After making his first All-Star and All-NBA teams last season and carrying Detroit to the playoffs, he's backed it up. Through 11 games, 27.5 points, 9.9 assists, 5.4 rebounds, 1.4 steals. He's shooting 43.6% from the field and 28.8% from 3.
Can't score it. Cade the other way. Leaving defenders on the floor. Guns on the run. It goes!
Not elite efficiency, but good enough when you see when and how he's scoring. Cade leads the entire league in fourth quarter scoring at 11.2 points per game. During Detroit's 7-game win streak, he's been ridiculous. 31.6 points, 11.1 assists, and 5.3 rebounds on 56.2% true shooting. The Pistons are a +84 with him on the floor. He controls every possession like a vet. The pace he plays with doesn't let defenders speed him up. The game's slowing down for him. That's how he picks teams apart, scoring when needed, setting up teammates when it matters, keeping the offense balanced. He dropped a career-high 18 assists against Dallas. His 9.9 assists per game ranks 2nd in the NBA, trailing only Jokic. Cade's both leading the Pistons and shaping their entire identity. His offensive rating of 116.7 and net rating of +7.9 are both tracking to be career highs. He's finishing 63% of his shots within 4 feet, up from 57% last season. His assist percentage sits at 41.7%, also a career best. He's directly responsible for nearly half his teammates' buckets when he's on the floor. There aren't many players in the league playing better basketball right now. And if you want proof of what this version of Cade looks like, check his performance against the Wizards. He started ice cold, missing 31 shots in the game, an NBA record, but he never blinked, kept attacking, kept creating, and somehow finished with a career-high 46 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 5 steals. A 46-point triple-double after missing 31 shots. It was his third game in 4 days, second night of a back-to-back, and he'd already played 40 minutes the night before. In the fourth quarter, with the Pistons down double digits, he came alive, scored 15 in the final frame to force overtime and eventually lead Detroit to its 7th straight win. That's mental toughness. That's superstar stuff. At 24 years old, Cade's playing like a top 10 player in the league, and if this continues, he's making a way too early case for MVP. As good as Cade's been, I don't know if any Piston has been more impressive than Jalen Duren. He's making Cade's life easier by stepping up as the team's second star. Duren's averaged nearly 20 points, 12 rebounds, over a block per game, and shooting 80% from the free throw line, all career highs. He ranks 6th among all centers in both scoring and rebounding. He's a huge reason Detroit leads the NBA in points in the paint. His 19.4 points per game this season crushes his averages from last year, 11.8 and 13.8 in 23-24. He's a certified double-double machine, continuing from last season when he finished 9th in the league with 41 double-doubles. This year, he already has 7, 6 of which came during the current win streak, including a 2020 game with 22 points and 22 rebounds against the Jazz. Over the 7-game streak, 22.9 points, 13.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1 block per game. His 134.9 offensive rating is pacing for a career high. His reads in pick and rolls have been exceptional. When Cunningham draws multiple defenders and Duren catches near the free throw line, he's processing the defense, making the right reads, creating easy opportunities. He flashed this last season, but it's now a consistent skill. He's been the biggest beneficiary of Cade's patience. Cunningham has already dished 29 assists to Duren, more than any other teammate. Their pick and roll chemistry has been a nightmare for defenses. Duren's figured out how to use his strength and athleticism to dominate most centers. He leads the NBA in second chance points, crashing the offensive glass for easy putbacks. He's getting to the line at the highest rate of his career and hitting 80% of his free throws. Teams can't foul him with impunity anymore, which makes him incredibly tough to stop. His performances have been relentless. 24-18 against Boston, 21-13 against Orlando, 33-10 against Dallas, and that 22-22 game against Utah, showing he can dominate inside with authority. Beyond rebounding, he's expanded his game, scoring more off quick face-ups, short roll reads, and plays that weren't in his bag last season. His touch around the rim is sharper. He's unafraid to put himself on the line. Offensively, Duren's one of the league's best pick-and-roll finishers. He's up to 19 points per game, a huge jump from 12 last season. The flashes were always there, but now he's living up to his full potential. But his defensive growth might be even more important. The Pistons have built their identity on defense, which fuels their transition game and paint dominance. For the first time in his career, Detroit's a better defensive team with Duren on the floor. The team leads the league in blocks and rim protection, and he's a huge reason why. Effort and results are both there. He's fully engaged on defense, nearly unstoppable on offense, cleaning the glass, scoring second chance points, excelling at the free throw line. At 21 years old, there's still room to grow. And if he keeps this up, we're looking at his first All-Star selection and a very well-earned payday. Basketball's the ultimate team sport. Even the greatest players need a deep supporting cast to win the title. And this season, the Pistons roster has answered the call. This team has real chemistry. Everybody's chipping in, and everybody's doing it consistently. Osar Thompson, the better half of the Thompson brothers, if you ask Detroit fans, has been huge. 13.9 points per game on 49.3% shooting, 3.4 assists, but his impact goes beyond the stat sheet. 3 games with at least 3 steals during the win streak, nearly 1 block per game, and an expanding offensive bag that now includes mid-range jumpers, left-handed floaters, and even the occasional three. Thompson's a defensive anchor at the heart of the Pistons scheme. Duncan Robinson, after a slow start, critics question the Pistons' decision to trade and extend him, but Robinson's been a steal. 11.4 points, knocking down 2.6 threes per game. During the win streak, he's hitting 3 per game on 45% shooting, while adding nearly a steal per contest. Isaiah Stewart's been another key piece, a defensive stopper who can stretch the floor. He's shooting 39.3% from 3, while averaging 2.1 blocks per game. His only limitation is staying healthy. Caris LeVert is still finding his rhythm after an injury, but he's heating up, shooting 41% from deep, and he went 4 for 5 from long range against the Wizards. When fully healthy, he'll provide a significant boost off the bench. And don't sleep on Ronald Holland II. After a respectable rookie season, he's taken a leap early in 25-26. Holland's averaging 9.3 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.9 assists with improved efficiency. Turning passing lanes into his second home, he's on the cusp of becoming a starting caliber player. And the wildest part? The Pistons haven't even been close to full strength. Jaden Ivey and Marcus Sasser haven't played yet. LeVert's been limited. Tobias Harris has missed several games. Stewart's constantly managing injuries. But despite all that, Detroit's held down the fort. You can only imagine how good this team will look once everyone's back and healthy. And that's exactly what makes the Pistons so dangerous. The chemistry, the effort, a superstar playing like one, and role players ready to step up. This is what happens when your GM builds around your stars, and those stars start playing like all NBA guys. The identity of the Pistons team isn't about jacking up threes or trying to outshoot opponents. They've gone old school in the best possible way. While most of the league lives and dies by the three, Detroit lives in the paint. 78.8% of their total points come from 2-point range, second highest rate in the entire NBA. In a league obsessed with spacing, they're thriving by attacking the rim, bullying defenders, and forcing teams to play their style. Their defense has taken a massive leap too, anchored by Osar Thompson, who's already one of the best perimeter defenders in the East, and fueled by a culture shift under coach JB Bickerstaff. The result? A defensive rating that ranks 4th in the entire league. But what really ties it together is how mature they look. They play for each other, unselfish to the core. Their best player, their go-to scorer, would rather set up his center for a lob than take a tough shot himself. That kind of unselfishness is contagious. Everyone on the team makes the extra pass, dives on the floor, brings energy every night. Effort alone doesn't win in the NBA. You still need talent. But when you combine talent with consistent defense and effort, you give yourself a chance to win every game. This team believes in itself defensively. They're leading the league in paint scoring on both ends, blocking shots at a high rate, and guys like Osar Thompson and Ron Holland have been relentless on the wings. This is a top 5 defense, and with key offensive players still working back to full health, Detroit is only going to get better. The Pistons sit atop the Eastern Conference, riding a 7-game win streak, but they aren't without weakness. Offensively, they still lack consistent shooting, but that might not be their biggest problem. Health could determine how far this team goes. Last year, the playoffs came down to attrition, and Detroit fell short. The regular season is one thing, but a playoff team is judged by what it does in the second half of the season. For the Pistons to make a serious run, they absolutely have to be healthy heading into the postseason. Expect bumps along the way. It won't always be smooth, which makes their identity, effort, and chemistry even more critical. In a balanced Eastern Conference, the team that stays the healthiest might take the crown. For Detroit, that's exactly what they need. The Eastern Conference is there for the taking, and if health holds up, the Pistons could make a run to the conference finals. The Celtics aren't the same threat they were the last couple of years. The Pacers aren't a factor. The Bucks have fallen from elite contender status, and while the Knicks and the Cavs are solid, they're still beatable. The East has never felt more wide open, and right now, Detroit's leading the charge at the top of the standings. If Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren keep playing at this level, a deep playoff run starts to feel like the expectation. The key is health. They'll need most of their roster firing on all cylinders. There's plenty of basketball left, but Detroit's clearly on the right path. They have a legitimate shot at a top 4 seed, maybe even top 2 or 3. As things stand, The Pistons are looking down on the rest of the East and only looking up to one team in the entire league, the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. So now, I gotta ask you, are the Pistons a playoff lock, or are they something even scarier? Could this team actually make the Eastern Conference Finals? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and check out one of these videos on your screen now.